Okay? Now, I know we got a new coach, Mike McCarthy, okay? We got white Mike now. No more black Mike. It's white Mike. But McCarthy does not want to have a losing season in his first season as the Steelers head coach, right? He does not want that. After Mike Tomlin held it down all this time, I don't want to be the guy to walk in the door and lose. Okay? Have our first losing season. That was just not a Mike Tomlin record. I told y'all the whole 2 years, the past 2-3 years, when you didn't care about Mike Tomlin's record, I told y'all that was not just a Mike Tomlin record. It was a Steelers record also. Okay? And the Rooney'S in the organization had pride in that non-losing season streak, as you should. I know a lot of you guys poo-poo on it because you want to shit on Mike Tomlin, or you wanted to have a bad record so we could get a good quarterback in the draft. Well, there's no guarantees in that anyway, and I like my streaks, man. I like winning. No matter if it ends up in the Super Bowl, we got a couple up in there, so that don't matter, all right? Well, Mike McCarthy is in town, and he don't want to be the guy to make the Steelers fall off the rail. He don't want to be that guy. And Aaron Rodgers is the key to that, because we all know Drew Allor ain't going to do that, and we all know we don't know nothing about Mr. Will Howard as much as we all wanted Will Howard to get his chance, right? I'm with y'all on that. We all wanted Will Howard to get his chance, but don't look like it's happening, man. Don't look like it's happening. It's definitely Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, all right? So we're going to deep dive tonight into our Steeler focus, man. You know we got to do that. You know we got to do that. Looks like Mr. Rogers is the new GM in Pittsburgh, and that's how everybody thought, right? From the local media to the worldwide media, that was the image. That was what everybody was saying. Aaron Rodgers is running the Steelers. The Steelers are letting Aaron Rodgers do whatever he want to do, right? But what does Aaron Rodgers do for 2 years in a row? Fall right in line, right? And I told y'all this whole time, Aaron Rodgers was never the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was never running shit. He's just a veteran quarterback who they didn't need around and got much more publicity by having him think about it, right? As long as Aaron Rodgers was thinking about it, the national media had to think about it. The local media had to think about it. I'm the one that talked Aaron Rodgers the least because I knew it the whole time. The only time I talked about Aaron Rodgers, I was repeating what I'm repeating right now. This was all to get the media hyped up and get the Pittsburgh Steelers in your mouth. That's what it was. All news is good news in the media. All news is good news. So yes, the Steelers captivated the media. Now we got big time primetime games. And we are must watch this season. I told y'all, no matter if Aaron Rodgers came back or if he didn't come back, the Steelers was must watch. Because they wanted to see us fall if he didn't come. They want to see us fall if he comes too. Or some people want to see A-Rod win. Now, when is it time to buy in? Like I said earlier, is it about that time? Pittsburgh Big Dog, it don't sound like it's about that time for you, man. F A-Rod, that's what you're saying. But I'm going to put money on it, Pittsburgh Big Dog, that you ain't going to be saying F A-Rod for too long. Soon as this preseason begins, soon as you get warmed up, you're going to be ready to go as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, okay? And we're hitting the reset button, the same as last year, right? But is it the same as last year? Is it? Let's just talk. Let's just listen to some talk from Pro Football Talk real quick, and let's bounce off of this and get into what it's going to be like this year with Aaron Rodgers signing his new contract, all right?
Aaron Rodgers is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, agreeing to terms just before the start of this year's OTA sessions. It actually gives him more time in the offseason program to spend with the Steelers, the teammates, the coaching staff. than he did last year when he didn't show up until the very end for the mandatory minicamp. So it took a while to get there. There was a lot of speculation as to what was going to happen. But at the end of the day, the Steelers needed Rodgers, and Rodgers needed the Steelers. No one else was throwing him a starting job. And without him, let's face it, and all due respect to Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Drew Aller, they would have been screwed without Aaron Rodgers. Now they at least have a chance to be competitive. What does competitive mean? Does it mean 10-7, playoff berth, and a one and done? That's still better than bottoming out, although some Steelers fans would just as soon bottom out so they could get themselves in position to get not a Band-Aid at the quarterback position, but a long-term answer. That long-term answer won't be coming until 2027 at the earliest, because for 2026, it's Aaron Rodgers back for a second and probably final season in Pittsburgh.
All right, so there you have it. Aaron Rodgers back for another season in Pittsburgh. Our new quarterback won't be coming until 2027. Now, I seen something very interesting not too long ago, okay? On my favorite website for the draft, Tankathon, a 2027 NFL mock draft has 4 quarterbacks going in the first round, okay? They got the Dolphins with the first round pick. Of course, this is super future mock. But Arch Manning, Dante Moore second going to the Cardinals, Julian Sayin going to the Jets third, and 10th, C.J. Carr out of Notre Dame, quarterback, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers with the 10th pick in the draft, right? So Tankathon here is basically saying that the Steelers will not make the playoffs, get the 10th pick in the draft, and pick another quarterback next year. Now, I know a lot of y'all think that we should just throw darts at the board to get a quarterback over and over and over again. But going back to the draft, that's kind of what pissed me off about the draft, man. Picking Drew Aller so early. You still got Will Howard from last year. You still got Mason Rudolph, who you invested in for years. Why? When you know you got Aaron Rodgers coming back, why are we wasting this pick on Drew Aller?